today I have a special treat for you because my wife, Barbara, she's a mural artist, and actually she's much more than that. She has her own art studio, and you've seen her in many of my videos, and well, it's time to introduce her to you guys a little bit more, and that's what this video is about. So let's check out some of the work she's doing just right about now, and I'm actually involved in this, and I'm kind of proud about it because this is even to me, it's a kind of work that I enjoy very, very much. It's almost as much as making these YouTube videos.
There we go. A perfect circle, thanks to some mathematical delegations, because I could do this by myself, so I have help. Anyways, this is perfect. It's exact and precise.
Barbara's original image is projected onto the wall, and the circle helps with the alignment as the hallway is not wide enough to project it all in one piece.
It's just been a pain in the ass. Oops, can I say that aloud? Yeah, you have to. Beep.
Hi, Barbara. So tell us where we are. What are we doing here?
Oh, we're at Pigeon Lake, on the lake in the boat.
Yeah, and it's probably not the best day for it right now, but you know, it's all over. That's Alberta right now. We're just living in the smoke, and we're hoping that it's gonna end at some point. But for now, that's how it is. Well, this video has you doing some mural painting, and can you tell us a bit about those murals that you're doing right now, that you're working on?
Well, the murals are basically about 8 feet in diameter. Like it's a full wall. I have to think about this. If my mind is going, tell me more about the wall murals.
Yeah, I mean, they're very colorful and stuff, and how do you come up with it? They're actually quite amazing, and I think some of my people that are watching this video might want to know, you know, if you would be able to do those just anywhere, and if they would do different motives. Like, you're very connected to nature, so they're all animal motives, but your skills go way beyond that, and I know that because I've seen it.
Well, at first, the first hint would be nature. We're out in the boat and I'm looking at the water, and where do I get my inspiration from is from nature. So when somebody hires me to do a painting for them or a commission, I ask what their feeling is. Like, what would they like to see? How would they like it to be expressed? Lately, I've been using bright colors, possibly for the last 3-4 years. I've come out of the phthalo blues, which are very dark blues, and monochromatic art in the blues, into bright, vivid colors. And I think that's because there's so much going on about residential schooling, MMIW, and reconciliation. And so what I want to do, and my customers want, is some peace and the feeling of calmness brought to their walls, but also Mother Nature, because a lot of people can't always be out in nature, but they want that energy, they want that vibrance to be emanating from their walls. I bring my gift of the arts, my practice of blending, and my vision onto the wall after I speak with the customer. So those paintings that I'm doing for this organization are to bring that vibrance and health to a space that welcomes healing. And in an Indigenous sense, it's all about nature, and Indigenous people here out in the treaty lands have the 7 sacred laws, or the 7 sacred grandfather teachings, and that's where these animals come from to grace the walls of organizations or canvases and My work goes beyond that. It goes into portraiture, water, like you think an artist can do it.
And you also teach that in your studio.
Yes, I do, because I think that when we're talking about art and nature, nature brings calmness to the mind, like I had already said. But there's a thing about mindset that we forget, that we're initially tied into the lands. We're tied into the energy of the soil and the energy around us. And with our quick lifestyle, I think that we forget that we're all gifted in some way.
Yeah, that's true. You also did a painting for Telus, and that was quite something, right? They actually drive around in the van that has your picture on the side.
Tell us art. I was collaborating with another artist, Michaela Gilbert, and together we came up with a spectrum of colors that we wanted both to complement one another, because our vision was, we saw that the pieces were going to be merged. We just weren't sure how the company was going to merge our pieces. They did a wonderful job, and it is a dream come true for, I won't speak for Michaela, but I'll speak for myself. From the time I was a little girl to the time I was a young woman, like an aspiring artist, younger artist of 19, 20 years old, I would see and visualize my studio buzzing with students and employees and that. And so when Telus came along and I did this commission, that there were so many different feelings. It's a very emotional time for me at times, because there's no words to put on gratitude. Like it's such a feeling that just picks you up by the heels and just full of love. Like I can't believe that I still have to pinch myself to feel like that's happened.
So you actually got your childhood dream as little by little and sometimes with a few setbacks, but you've been persistent at pursuing it, and it took almost, I want to say, not quite a lifetime, but it's probably going to take a whole lifetime to even get it closer to what your actual vision was when you were little.
Yeah, exactly. And I think we tend to, at least for me, spend a lot of time being distracted by people who have not had any training in the arts at all. Maybe they don't visualize or pretend anymore. I don't know what it is, but I spent a lifetime listening to naysayers. Oh, that doesn't look good. Why would you use that color? Oh, that green with that purple, are you sure? That looks like, what is that? And I say, that's an eagle. Oh, it looks like a pigeon to me. Just cruel remarks. And so what I've done is I've shut out those voices. Art is our own expression of our own being. And I want to say to folks out there, follow your dream and push back the naysayers. Don't listen to that. Because when I stop doing that, I'm going leaps and bounds, and a mistake is not a mistake. You make a mistake, you drop for example, a paintbrush on the canvas. That mistake turned into an awesome blending of a tree, brushes, and water. Yeah, I've done it with water too. There's no mistake in my world. There's a set of lessons we need to work with that. And I think that's where we all need to be, instead of getting out the measuring stick and telling everybody how fine arts or the art world is supposed to be. We'll decide. Those of us who are creative and music and all aspects of art, whether it's baking and painting, crocheting, we'll decide that. Thanks.
So, would I be bang on if I said it's not about the end result, but about the journey?
Yeah, bang on.
Some of the people that are watching this video have seen you cycling in Colombia and a little bit across Canada, and there'll be more videos because we also cycled across Mexico and stuff. So what was going through your mind when those trucks were passing us so close? Even me, like when I see this on the video, I'm thinking, holy, it didn't even seem that bad when it happened. But what's your take on it?
When I first experienced the trucks being that close to me when I was cycling, I want to say that I'm going to be honest with you out there in the audience. I was praying hard. I was thinking, oh my God, let's not get hit. I hope, oh gosh, I hope I'm alive by the end of this. And then there was a ritter fritter. There's the swearing in my mind. Eventually, after, I don't know, 75 kilometers, I got tired of that. I do want to say that even though that fear was there, I realized I had a lot of it. I had so much fear in my life because I've spent a lifetime of protecting myself all the time. Oh, you can't do that because it's too far. People are different in other places. They might hurt you. Drivers are crazy, and thinking, what I realized and it brought up for me was exactly what I just said, is that I had a lot of fear in my life, and they were unfounded fears. I got to tell you, yeah, that one wasn't an unfounded fear, but I noticed that the drivers, if you look at the video, they still pulled away far enough from us, even though there was oncoming traffic, and managed to squeeze in, which is horrendous. But I think you got to be a really good driver to do that. And so what I did is I changed that to think, these drivers know what they're doing. It's a whole lot different than, excuse me, Canada. I've almost been hit a couple of times, and I've felt the mirror. So I didn't feel any of that when we were in Colombia or Mexico, because you have to really think that the other thing that brought my fear to calmness was there were times when there was horse-drawn carts and an old man with an old mule pulling that cart, somehow in that one lane of a 2-lane traffic where those big semis were. Now, was he in trouble? Boy, he was in trouble. And here were the two of us on the bicycle. And I'm thinking, if they could pull around him doing the speed that they were doing, then they know that we're there. And that's what gave me comfort to my mind.
Yeah, it's true. I found that too. It's different than Canada in that way.
I want to say, too, you asked about the Colombia and Mexico when we were cycling in vehicles and that one thing and all that fear. I want to say that my art and who I am have changed. I want to say 360 degrees. And I see that in my art, and I see it within myself. Because when you are outside of your comfort zone, like cycling will do it to you. You're cycling in rain, you're cycling on cement, dirt, you're pushing your bike through rivers and creeks. Sometimes you have to disassemble the front wheel of your bike. You get broken down. You run into strangers. I had a stranger thing too. I was really scared. Like by the end of about 8 or 9 weeks of this, you are going to be set. Especially if you want your relationship to be stronger, I recommend it, because there was a lot of conversation between George and I about certain things, like for one, the mileage. But it's made me a stronger person, and you can see it in my art in the way that I collaborate and communicate with people, and even on cameras. So it's not that I'm getting older, it's that cycling does something to all your being. Oh yes, and lastly, to your body. I could eat anything I wanted and not have to worry about cholesterol, high blood pressure, diabetes. And so with that, that's what I wanted to say, that nature, cycling goes with the painting. What much more can you have?
How do you feel about it so far?
Fantastic. I'm impressed. The colors are coming together on their own.
Yeah, so there you have it. That's my wife, Barbara, and I hope you enjoyed this video. So if you did, you know what to do. Just tickle that like button just hard enough so it comes on but it didn't break. And if you're not subscribed to my channel, well, how come? There's no obligation. It's free. So you might as well just click that button too. Have a good time or good day, whatever. See you next time.